social medias. Once again, welcome to the DM Hangout. It is Monday 10 a.m. and we'll be back Friday 10 a.m. as well if you want to tune in live. We are live on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Twitch, Kick, and I think Instagram as well. So, yeah, thanks one for tuning in, guys. Be very careful. The weather is awful at the moment. I have just done a school run, my own school run, taking my daughter to school, and it took an hour and 45 minutes. So whoever's out working, you are absolutely crazy. Tap the likes and follows, guys. Appreciated. Who's out working? How's the ice? How's the snow? Is there snowing where you are? Currently in Liverpool, the snow is dreadful. Zero flipping gritters were out last night. Tap the likes and follows, mate. Appreciated. Hamad's thoughts on the self-driving cars in London. I reckon they're going to be a gimmick for 10 years, mate. I wouldn't be worried about your job at all. Weather is awful in Manchester. Roads are cleared up. Working Bolt. Good on your Apple. I'm working and not snowing down in London. There's no snow in London. Mate, it's icy as anything up here, you know. It's really, really icy. So my school run, which is taking my daughter to school, not a paid school run, takes about 20 minutes. Maybe 25 minutes. It took an hour and 45 minutes this morning. Crazy. Will it affect working mates self-driving cars? I don't think self-driving cars will be a big thing in the UK for years and years and years and years. I think the Tesla Cybercabs are going to be huge in America. But for us to accept it over here with our rules and regulations, I wouldn't have nothing to worry about. Not for many, many years, mate. They're getting trialled in London next year, but that was it. Jack, did you get the tank back on the drive? Jack, lad, I couldn't get on the drive, so drove to the bottom, tried to do a U-turn, got stuck 3 times, drove up, and I got on the drive. The problem is getting off the drive and out the close to pick my daughter up from school. So if you're around, lad, I might have to get you to go and get her in your Corolla. Does Bolt work with Knowsley Council? Bolt is not in Liverpool, mate. I think it works. Bolt works with Sefton, done it, but only in Manchester. Yeah, I want Bolt to come to Liverpool, mate. I've heard good things about this Bolt Flex. So if Bolt Flex comes to Liverpool this year, it'd be good for the drivers. And give some Uber some competition, mate. Definitely give some Uber some competition. The Corolla, no chance. I've had a Corolla, and it didn't fit in it, lad. Well, no one fit behind me anyway. And the boot is overrated, isn't it? The boot's overrated. I'll be straight on Bolt eventually when it gets here. I think everyone, Jack, if Bolt launches in Liverpool, Bolt Flex that is, I reckon everyone will jump on it, mate. Jump on it. Can I work in Liverpool if I got a Birmingham Driver hire badge on Uber? I'll answer that as soon as you answer me. Why would you want him? Skoda Superb lives up to its name. Mate, the Skoda Superb, it is one of my all-time favourite cars. The strike next week, next Monday. I know, mate. I know. I don't know what's going to go on. Yeah, the strike next Monday. I don't know if it's going to happen or what, mate. I know the strike's happening between 7 a.m. and midday next week, but I don't know. The boot is crap. I struggled to get 2 large cases in. You didn't. I can get 2 large cases in the 7 Series boot. Morning on Facebook, Stuart and Wayne. Good morning, matey. Would you join Bolt if it comes to Liverpool? Yeah, mate, I would. Yeah. Bolt Flex with the fixed commission, the upfront, like gives you like an idea of what they're paying. You know exactly where you stand with Bolt Flex. A lot like it used to be, like Uber used to be. Do you know what I mean? None of this dynamic pricing and nothing like that. That Bolt Flex, mate, they have 18% commission in it. 18% commission you take fixed. If you get a job come through on the app, you can whack a little pound on it or £2 on it, and it gets sent back to the customer, and then the customer can accept it. So if the price is a bit low, or you don't want to do that for that price, you can send them money back to the customer to accept. Mental, mate. Mate, sounds brilliant. Morning, Matty from Manchester. Morning, mate. Time for the likes and follows, guys. Appreciated. Yes. By the way, if you're on TikTok, when it starts getting busy, guys, you'll have to come over to Twitch, Kick, Facebook, or YouTube. So someone miss your comments. As soon as TikTok gets busy, I miss a lot of comments, mate. Karum, would you recommend Bolt over Uber? So, Karum, you've got Bolt, haven't you? Then you've got Bolt Flex. Bolt, Bolt, I would say, is the same as Uber, but Bolt Flex isn't. Bolt Flex sounds brilliant. It really does. Normal Bolt sounds like normal Uber. Do you know what I mean? But I can't recommend either or because I've never worked Bolt. Do you know what I mean, mate? So I don't want to give my personal opinion. But what I've heard, Bolt Flex is definitely positive for the for drivers. What I've heard with Bolt Flex. Husband on Facebook, morning Matty, cold out there today. Lad, I've just done my school run, took my daughter to school. It takes 20 minutes. It took me an hour and 45. Do not recommend a 3 litre diesel, automatic, rear-wheel drive car. Crumb, anyone working this morning in this weather? A few people are. TikTok, anyone working this morning during this lovely snow? Morning, Matty. Bolt Flex is also a scam for long journey jobs. Why is it a scam? Do you mean it's just not the bad? It's just bad. What bad rates? It can't be a scam, is it? If it's telling you how much commission to take, it's not a scam, is it? We don't have Bolt Flex in London, don't you, Skigman? No. Husband get winter tyres on the be right back. Yeah, lad. I was thinking, yeah, but like I go out and buy winter tyres for what? 3 days of snow. Do you know what I mean? Worst case, I'll just nick the wife's car to the school run if she's off. Mikey Jones, I've been working a few good fares this morning. Yeah, Mikey, I bet it's surging its head off, mate, isn't it? 100-mile job for 110 quid. Is that Uber Flex? Bolt Flex? 110 quid for 100 mile. Yeah, M said Bolt Flex is good in Sheffield. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're always going to get better than Uber, is it, M? So is Bolt Flex better than Uber in Sheffield, yeah? If you're driving in the snow, keep it in low gear, keep the revs high. I know, Chris, mate. Still doesn't help in that car. The car's the worst car I've ever drove in the snow with. Not as busy, but all the fares are better. Okay. Husband, all season tyres then. Play it that way. See if you can get a Michelin cross climbing in your size. Yeah, to be honest, mate, I just won't drive in the snow. Might cheekily log on. What time is it? 10 a.m. now? Would you reckon it'll be busy now? I reckon Mercedes E-Class is any good for Uber. It's a bit nice for Uber, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? What are you going to get? Like a 2 litre diesel automatic E-Class? The rates on Uber these days, mate, you're better off with a Lecky or a Toyota Corolla or a hybrid, like your Prius. You got to protect that mileage, mate. Do you know what I mean? Trish on Facebook, morning Matty, no work for me today. Warrington gridlock this morning. Mate, it was a joke, wasn't it? I heard off a few lads in Warrington that it was bad. Just seen a pet job, Portsmouth. What is it? Portsmouth to Bradford for 289 quid. Mate, did you see me post on Facebook this morning? Let me show you. So I posted a picture this morning. Oh no, it was last. Yeah, it was this morning in the snow. Wait there, let me show you. That was it. Don't know if you can see that, guys. So it was 312 quid. Liverpool Airport to Southampton for 230 mile. but it's during this snow. So it says 3 hours and 50 minutes. You're probably talking 5, 6 hours there. Because it's just took me an hour and 45 minutes to do a 20-minute trip. So, yeah. Uber will be very busy during the ice and snow because people personally won't be driving. So the demand will be up. There'll be less drivers working. But it's grim, mate. You think about it, right? If you think about it, right? If you drive this morning on Uber, yeah, and you slide into a curb and you do your wishbone or your alloy or pop your tyre, there's your morning money gone. You might as well just not work. Do you know what I mean? Are you an Uber driver? Not really, mate. No, used to be. I'm still on Uber. I can still work Uber. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not like, yeah. Are the buses on? I'm not too sure. JLA is shut. I don't know if you know, Liverpool Airport's runway is shut. But it was shut this morning for a couple of hours. Mikey, the strike isn't in today. I was saying last week, when I Monday. It's actually a week today. I got the date wrong, the Monday wrong. It's actually Monday the 12th is the strike. Monday the 12th the strike. So next Monday. Suppose the rates are going, you can't be picky. Yeah, to be honest, mate, it'll be very hard to work this morning. Like I struggle just to generally drive. There you go. Azim, day off today, mate. It's not worth crashing the whip for £5 trip. To be honest, though, mate, it was like more like 15 quid for a mile and two. Like it's this morning rush hour. I seen some really good rates this morning, but it's just not worth your vehicle unless you're settling. If you're settling and you crash the car, you phone the settle company and go, "Hey, want another car?" It's a bit different. But if it's your own car, for the sake of what, even if you do 30 quid an hour for the morning rush hour, 60 quid, 80 quid even this morning, which is good. It's hard jump for the follow, which is good, isn't it? But then you pop a tyre, or you curb an alloy, or you snap a wishbone, or even worse, you crash into another car. Then you're off the road for 2, 3 weeks, possibly. Couple of grand worth of repairs in. For 80 quid, is it really worth it? When the snow hopefully will be gone tomorrow. That's my fault. I've never worked in the snow. Even when I had the Tesla Model S, that was a four-wheel drive. It was unbelievable. And yeah, I still never worked in the snow. Not worth the risk. Time to like some follows, guys. John, the roads in Knowsley seem like they haven't been glittered by the council. 100% they haven't made. That's where I'm from. And I just spoke to my half fella this morning as well. And he was driving. He lives in like Rainford Way, St. Helens Rainford Way. And he said round his was amazing. As soon as he got to Knowsley Village, Kirby, he said it was abysmal. So Knowsley hasn't. I don't think Warrington have it either. To have to like some follows, mate. I don't think Warrington have either. I think Warrington's really bad as well. Don't forget on TikTok, guys, if you've got any important questions, come over to Facebook, Twitch, Kick, or YouTube for the comments because I miss a lot of comments on TikTok. Sometimes the comments just come in too quick. Where they're all in front of me here. Javid, I didn't bother and I've got a rental car. Oh, haven't you, mate? It's just worth it, mate. It's not worth it. John, even the main roads. Yeah, John Kirby knows he's absolutely awful, mate. I couldn't even get on my driveway this morning. Couldn't get off out the close. Couldn't get off the estate. Do you know what I mean? It was so bad. Robert, morning pal. Hello, mate. How are we? How's your processing your badge now? Are you still on track? You meant to be getting it this. Are you meant to be getting it this month? Yeah. Yeah. Tap the likes, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah. And don't forget, guys, if you get over to Twitch or Kick, give me a little follow there. I'm trying to build up the Twitch and Kick as well. Aussie on Facebook. I'm from Stoke. We had it bad last night. There was an Uber driver who dropped off in Stoke from Nottingham last night. Unfortunately, he crashed, written his car off. Wow, it's not worth it, guys, for a few quid. So he wrote his car off, mate. See what I mean, mate? If you can't get a settle card or a replacement, he's going to be off for weeks, isn't he? My mate has a recovery and he got him recovered last night. So he's physically okay, is he? Yeah. Oh yeah, Carum's just put hope he's okay. Mate, honestly, like I said, it's just not worth it. I've done a taxis for years and I've done it in the past, and like a lad, my mates have done it in the past, and they've like worked it up to like 13 quid or something, and then they buckle a wheel or snap a wishbone. Time for the follow on large autos. Thank you, Robert. It's been granted. Just waiting for the physical badge. Should be this week. It is the worst time to get on the cabs, though, Rob, innit? Hey, worst time to get on the cabs. Do not do this job, whether without some backup car. Yeah, John, honestly, mate, it's just not worth the risk. Imagine you off for the next 2, 3 weeks now. Do you know what I mean? Shakur, sorry. Matty's easy to get an operator's license. It depends on the council, mate. Every council has a different process, but you can only get an ops license normally in the council you live in. Do you know what I mean? Unless they accept like PO boxes or fake addresses, which they don't normally. Ozzy, yeah, he's okay now. He's had a new Corolla, nice motor. No way. He had some traffic lights. MJ, morning, lazy ass. Hey, I've been out this morning. Been out in the car. I only took my daughter to school, but still, it wasn't worth it. I should have took her home. Took me absolutely ages to drop her off. I wish Shakira was here. Shakira. I know, sorry, mate. I'm awful with English. VAT notification from Uber. They want a picture of a VAT form. Anyone else got this? Hello, Ronnie. Big up, mate. Scottish. I'm pretty sure, mate, it's optional. So if you've got a VAT, if you're VAT registered, you upload your VAT documents and then you get some VAT or you can claim some VAT back, right? But if you're not VAT, you just ignore it. And most Uber drivers won't be VAT registered because you gotta turn over 90 grand before you go VAT. Do you know what I mean? And it feels like Christmas was a bit dead. Yeah. No. I just done the school run this morning. It was awful. Shall I get VAT registered? Listen, guys, listen. There's so much misinformation and so many things going wrong online lately with Uber. Rajaj, I made 100 grand last year on Uber. Do I have do I have to be VAT registered? Mate, if you done 100 grand on Uber last night, you need a day off. You don't need to be VAT registered. Have a night kit, mate. If you done 100 grand on Uber, what? What's 100 grand per week? Mate, that's like 2 grand a week consistent. Have a day off, lad. Have a day off. 100 grand on Uber. By the way, if you've earned over 90 grand on Uber or any incomes, you have to go VAT. So the fact that you haven't, you're going to get in trouble, mate. 100 grand on Uber. Oh my God. I think that'd finish me off that. If I'd done 100 grand on Uber, I think I'd kill myself. That was awful, mate. Wow. Wow. John, if Uber paid more, they might get people out in it, but they offer £1 a mile and then customers moan that it's taking you ages to get them. I need to get them to the train station in 1 minute. 100%, John. 100%, mate. Do you know what I mean? But like, you will get like couple of sage jobs worth money, but it's just not worth the risk. Jim, morning, mate. Contemplating Uber, but can't be asked. I wouldn't, mate, not in this snow, unless you haven't got bad snow where you are, Jim. Ozzy, you follow the football, mate, blue or red? So born a blue, but I haven't really followed football for years, mate. So realistically, I am a blue, but I couldn't even name the starting 11. Don't know when they're playing next. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I am a blue, but I don't call myself a footy fan. I'm not that type of person where I'm like pretending. Do you know what I mean? Anish, morning sound is really low. Time to follow Mo. Um, no one else has mentioned it, mate. Have you turned your volume up? I also gained free stone. You would do, mate, because you're living in your car. So the guy that done £100,000 last year also put 30 grand free stone on. It was low on Insta. I'll put the mic a little bit closer. You can always turn the volume down, can't you? Is that a bit better, guys? Do you do a school run for your local council or you get runs yourself? No, mate, I do a school run, which is my daughter, my kids, and it's a pain. I'm going to focus on your health. Mate, after 100 grand, mate, you can get some liposuction in there. I can't believe you don't 100 grand on Uber, mate. Honest to God, that must have been heavy. That must have been heavy, mate. It really would have. Must have been 2 grand. What, 2 grand a week consistently for 12 months? That is heavy. Prius or diesel 1.6? Prius. Or Urus hybrid. Bit small, the Urus though, or Corolla. Or Kia Niro. Don't go diesel, mate. If you want to work Uber, don't go diesel. There's no money in it. To have to follow Chris. There's no money in it, mate. And this on YouTube, a little better. Thanks, mate. Senna. He told me yesterday. Go away, lad. Get to work. Ignore Kingo in the chat. Kick him. Ban him. But yeah. So that a little bit better. The sound a bit better, is it? To have the likes and follows, guys. Appreciated. Quiet. I'm trying to sell my Ford minibus. You're trying to sell your Ford minibus in January. Is it plated? No one's buying a minibus in January, mate. You got better off selling it before the summer holidays. But you wouldn't sell it before the summer holidays because you'd be busy, wouldn't you? How's your 7 series? Then I got a little bit seasick this morning doing donuts on the way to the school run. 7 series just they would not go straight, mate. It was awful. 22 plate. This year Uber make 2 times more money on Christmas and New Year than drivers. This year Uber make 2 times more money on Christmas and New Year than drivers. Are you saying Uber made more money than you did? Yeah, of course they did. BMW and Snowfia made 7 series, 3 litre diesel automatic. It was just dreadful. It was so bad. I nearly abandoned it a few times and walked. Mate, I applied for my badge with Bradford. Been over a year. Is this everywhere? Yeah, normally, mate. There's loads. Loads, loads, loads. Kamal just had a call from taxi licensing, called me and spoke to me like I was a criminal. Told her straight when she told me she was the manager of taxi licensing panel. Go on then, Kamal. What happened, mate? What'd you get the call for? John, Uber seems to make their times up by ignoring any traffic and red lights. They think you can drive the speed limit for the whole journey. 100%, mate. You are bang on. You'll see a job, long distance job, and it'll say 3.5 hours, and you'll go, mate, it was like more like 5 hours of this rush hour traffic, stuff like that. I thought the strike was on this morning, Matty. I stopped at 7 a.m. The 12th, mate. I'm sorry. I got confused with the Mondays, and I was like, oh, the strike's next Monday. I meant the week on Monday. Um, but yeah. So why are you stopping on the strike anyway? Loads of people want to stop on a strike. Hi Chris, can't put a pickup as far as I'm aware on here, but this was the local train station recently, and there was a Corsa plated Wolverhampton. What the heck? A Corsa? Right, listen. If you can't get 4 adults in it, you shouldn't be plated. Simple as, mate. If you cannot get 4 over 18 adults of mixture, size, and weight, it shouldn't be plated. I've said this for ages. Same as the one I done the other day. Was it the Renault Twingo? If you can't get 4 adults in it, you shouldn't be plated. You just hate Uber prices. Yeah, not the best idea, mate. Have you got the BYD CLU? I have not, matey. I may can I be a Bolt and or Uber driver with a Wolverhampton license? I am in Peterborough, by the way. Mate, you can be whatever you want in a Wolverhampton license. Anything you want to be, mate. HGV driver, milk float, ice cream man. I'm messing, mate. I don't know. Yeah, probably. Wait there, no. Where's Peterborough? So Uber Wolverhampton is in our region. So it depends. The Northwest and West Midlands, you can do Uber with Wolverhampton. And you could be a Power Ranger if you wanted to. Cambridgeshire? No, don't think so, mate. I think Cambridgeshire. Tar Brett for the follow. I think Cambridgeshire will be Bolt, not Uber. I'll be honest, maybe geography is awful. Amal, I hadn't forwarded my license check code properly. She called me so aggressively. I said, "Why are you talking to me like that?" Then she goes, "I'm the manager of taxi panel for Greater Manchester." So were you renewing your license or doing something like that? And because you messed up on your upload, she phones you up with attitude. Why? Like, why have the attitude? It's what he's flipping. How dare you upload it incorrectly? Damn. Trying to hear that the Chuckle Brothers took their rickshaw to Rotherham Council to get it plated? Probably, mate. Career airplane pilot, anything with a Wolverhampton license? Mental, innit? Time for likes and follows, guys. Appreciate it. Wild River, Bolt is what makes prices garbage. They keep competing for ride alone fares. Yeah, but if Bolt Flex is 18% commission, do you know what I mean? If the fare's low, at least you know that the fare's just low and competitive and it's not they're taking all the money. Do you know what I mean? So you have a little bit more feeling about it, if you get me. Where Uber, you get a low fare in Uber and you just assume that they're taking all the money and you get a bit offended by it. Don't you, Tab, for the follow Paul? Do you know what I mean? Where at least with Bolt's Flex, you know it's only 18%. So if you're getting 100 quid fare, realistically, um, they've paid about 120 or whatever, haven't they? Do you get me? I just feel Bolt Flex just seems so much better, mate. Oh, you got 3 points? Ah, heavy. Chris, Cambridge is Uber. My brother lives there. No, but no, I know Cambridge will have Uber, mate. But I'm pretty sure Cambridge is out of Wolverhampton's Uber region, if you get me. Flex is dragging customers off standard Bolt to avoid workers' rights. Yeah, wild. What workers' rights? You tell me what rights we've got as workers. When was the last time you used any type of those workers' rights? The holiday pay? That's kind of just manipulated into the price. Eh? Sick pay? And what's that top up standard of living pay? Has anyone ever got that? I've seen Wolverhampton working in York. You will do, mate, but not on Uber. So Uber has regions, and Wolverhampton are stuck to West Midlands and Northwest. So they can't work. Wolverhampton can't work outside of West Midlands and Northwest on Uber, but they can work for whoever else they want. Bolt, a local company. There you go. Tiberius just put you can't do Uber with a Wolves plate in Cambridge. I thought you couldn't. Thanks for the confirmation, mate. Man, I've had to pay £45.80 for a 5 mile trip. Well, an hour ago. £45.80 for a 5 mile trip, Ben. Was it because the ice, mate? Was it surgeon, was it? So you were Uber passenger, was you? £45.80 for a 5 mile trip. Did the driver say what he was getting out of curiosity? 8 quid? I'm joking. It'd be about 50% more. So the driver probably got about 25 quid, didn't he? That's still mental though. Then the same trip back was £12.97. Wow. £45.80 there. £12 back. That's heavy, that, Ben. Did the driver say how much he was paying? Oh, it was cash. So we knew how much I was paid. Yeah, but the thing is, though, Ben, you can't tell. from a driver perspective, because Uber gets you to collect debts and collect the VAT and collect their commission. Do you know what I mean? So if the fare's 20 quid, you might have to pay Uber 25 quid because you owed them a fiver from your last trip or whatever. So as a driver, if you like, there was a guy this morning. He he collected 20 quid for like a 10 quid job, and he said the same to me. He went, "Oh, they've took 50%." I went, "They might have took extra from the customer or whatever. You can't judge it with cash because they expect us to debt collect, which is just crazy." That's why the first thing I ever done was turn the cash off. Time for the follow on Facebook, much appreciated. Do you know what I mean? By the way, guys, TikTok, if you're watching, get yourself over to Facebook, Twitch, Kick, or YouTube, just in case I miss a couple of your comments. Yeah, makes sense, mate. I had to book it as it was a school run, so I had my pants. Ben, honestly, mate, it was a joke. I had to do my own school run this morning, took my kids to school, and it was so dangerous, it was stupid. If it's like this tomorrow, mate, I'm just going to keep the kids off. Really, it's just ridiculous, mate. Sorry, guys, one second on inquiry. 2 seconds, guys. Sorry about that, mate. Yeah, so obviously with Uber and stuff like that, it is that's the issue. That's the problem with the cash. They get you to debt collect. Why is it more expensive to pre-book a taxi looking at times two Uber price at the airport? Try DM airport transfers. We're actually quite competitive priced. DM airport transfers. But the pre-book is because that reason you're pre-booking. Do you know what I mean? If you're booking on demand, there's drivers all around you, but if you pre-book, that driver has to get up, get dressed, get ready, drive to the pickup location, which could be half an hour, wait, pick you up, drive you to the airport, and then possibly drive home. So there's a lot of extra time and extra mileage involved with the drivers, you see. That's why we're a bit more expensive than Uber as a company because of that reason. Do you know what I mean? So if someone books in tonight, 8 p.m., Liverpool Airport to Manchester, say, and the driver lives in Crosby, he's not at the airport at the time of the booking. Do you get me? He's in Crosby. So he's got to leave the house. He's got to drive to Liverpool Airport, take them to Manchester, and then drive home back to Crosby. So that's the reason why pre-booked work is always more expensive than on-demand work. You know what I mean? Uh, one sec. When his visa comes to London, fed up with Uber's 45 taxi tax. So Visa, I didn't even know Visa's not in London. So Visa just buys other people's companies, don't they? So Visu's up here. A driver cannot collect VAT unless he's VAT registered. Yeah, Trevor. And what I mean is, when you're booking an Uber cash, you've got to collect Uber's money, haven't you? You've got to collect Uber's money. So if Uber, just say to do the first 30 quid, and the driver's getting 15, whatever's within that price, you've got to collect it, and then Uber takes that balance off you, off the app. Do you know what I mean? And it should it not be only city license to an airport only be eligible to pick up? Technically, but that's just the way it used to be, didn't it? It's changed now. So it's not like that. Sorry, just busy with the airport. Can you one sec? Um, JLA's chocker in it with the snow. I was getting some quotes through. Bum, 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 bum. I'm a Birmingham license. I can pick up a BHX. Yeah, but anyone can pick up a BHX, can't they? Do you know what I mean? Anyone can pick up in Birmingham. Morning, Will. How are we, mate? Sorry, guys. 2 secs. Busy with the flipping company. Matty, do you still do Uber? No, mate, I don't. I haven't done Uber since about September. Bloody spell check, Matty. Why? What have I spelt wrong? What have I spelled wrong? Don't judge. I'm out working, bro. Liverpool settled and car rental still needs paying, lad. Whatever the weather. Yes, Stewie. That's it, mate. You got to get a cracking, haven't you? The good news, if it's a settled car, it's not as bad as if it's your own car, innit? If you have a little bump or something like that, it's not the end of the world, is it? Because it's not your car. Zahara, morning, lad. Morning, mate. Wade, aye, mate. My first day officially done with Uber and taxis, but still keep watching you guys twiddling thumbs. Thank you, Wade. All the best. What have you done? What have you gone on to again, Wade? David, why don't you do Uber? Because I don't want to, mate. See, that's the thing. People go, oh, let's strike Uber. Let's try and change Uber. I don't like Uber. I don't like Uber's rates. The best thing you can do is if you like Uber, continue working Uber. If you don't like Uber, stop working Uber. And I didn't like the way Uber was going. I didn't like the rates and how much they're paying per mile and stuff like that. So I stopped working Uber. The only time I'll do Uber if I'm doing like a video, like a head-to-head challenge or something for content. Do you know what I mean? But do the odd airport run, and then I do the content and run the airport company news blog. That's it, London. Um, do the content. I do the airport company, and I run the news blog, which takes flipping ages to be honest. This streaming that I've just started doing, I wanted to start push streaming. Do you know what I mean? But that's 2 hours, 4 hours a week. I might do another stream on a Wednesday in a few weeks to see how it goes. Do you know what I mean? But the streaming's doing really well for someone who's just started streaming. It's busy. I'm not sat here just waiting for someone to comment or like or follow. It's pretty consistent. So it's not boring. I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy talking to the community. Wade taking 3 months travelling and same time getting set up decorating for March onwards. Lovely, mate. Lovely. That's the best way. That's why the best way you can do it. So I have to follow, mate. How do you make money from streaming? I don't. I don't make money from streaming. Uber's just my gap work between my own private work, fills the gaps. Well, that's what a lot of people use Uber for. Realistically, yeah, that's what the best thing for Uber is. Uber's great if you work Uber for your own benefits. Do you know what I mean? Don't let Uber work you. You work Uber. That's your best bet. The taxi. I missed that. Sorry. Hi, mate. Always watch your videos and thanks for your help. Oh, thank you, mate. I do try. Change. Do you think Uber's still working doing peak hours, say 8, 10 hours a week and certain holidays when you clean up? Yeah, technically, mate, yes. If you go out and do like a little 7 a.m., 9 a.m., and then go out at like 3 p.m., 5 p.m., then you're more or less guaranteed good rates and a little bit of good money. But that brings traffic and aggro, doesn't it? That's the only problem. David, I've got my license in September, just doing part time. It's great jumping in and out when I need to. I think that's David. I think that's Uber's model. I'm always signed. Sorry, just Liverpool. I keep missing you. Uh, I always keep Uber as a backup. Do you know what I mean? If something happens at the airport company or my earnings drop quite drastically, I can always go to Uber as a backup, or like you say, fill in between quiet periods. That's I think what Uber's best for is flexibility. Do you know what I mean? But if you're a full-time driver, you need to be on the private hire local companies. Can I be a mod? Lad, I haven't got a clue what that even means. You're reading comments we can't see. I know because you're on TikTok. You need to come over to either YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or Kick, and all the comments are on this side. But you can't even read the comments either. Do you know what? Shall I add the comment box to the stream so you can read the comments? Wait there, I can figure this out. Be patient. I am really poor at this. Stay there. Chat box. Add source. Add source. Wait there. Wait there. Let me know if you see it. Can you see the chat box? Can you read it? How about that? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. How about that? Is that okay? Can you read the chat box? Is that better? Michael, thank you for the follow, mate. Yes, it's on. Is that better, guys? Would you rather see some of your comments as well so you can read it? I'm still learning the tech. Too small. What are you on? Are you on Facebook, aren't you? So is it too small on Facebook? Listen, TikTok, you're gonna have to get over on this side, mate. You can't see much here. Right, so can you see for Facebook? Can you read the comments? Let me see if I can make it bigger. You can read okay. There you go. So you know what I'm reading now, can you? TikTok. Get over to Facebook, Twitch, Kick, or YouTube, and your comment goes on the stream. The strike is next week, mate. Ash, I made £130 in 3 hours. Fair play, Ash. Fair play. So, Chris, you can read the comments now, yeah? Brilliant. Andrew Neri, a genius at work. Lad, I am like a tech wizard. I'm a tech wizard. Do you know what I mean? Super tech wizard, I am. So the comment box is for YouTube, Twitch, Tik, and Facebook, and Instagram. I don't think no, not Instagram, but Instagram's just running there. Instagram don't really get involved. It's a bit rubbish. Instagram Live, and TikTok doesn't show up. So only TikTok and Instagram doesn't show up on that comment box, but YouTube, Facebook, Kick, Twitch does. That's why I'm trying to get everyone on TikTok to come over to either Facebook, Twitch, Kick, or YouTube, and then all the comments will come on the box. Then, do you know what I mean? Change. So yeah, Mick. Mick's actually working today. He had to text all his learners. Had to text all his learners, mate, to see if they still want to do a lesson in the snow. So he's still doing his driving instructor. So he's all passed now. Do you know what I mean? But I think he's still like a learner student thing. Do you know what I mean? Chris did one job this morning, got stuck, went home. Yeah, it's just, in my opinion, it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. It was very dangerous this morning taking my daughter to school. Kamal, Man United manager, sacked. Is he? What about Arnie Slot? Do you reckon Slot should be sacked? I know a lot of people have been moaning about Arnie Slot. Is it Arnie Slot in it? Arnie Slot. And you can tell how much I know about footy. Hey, even bigger about sport. Fury's coming back, 2026. How about that one? Didn't see that coming. Well, I did. He always comes back, doesn't he, from retirement? What's the difference between working Uber 7 hours a day or Delta Alpha 7 hours a day, money wise? How long's a piece of string, mate? You just can't work it out like that. You just got to go out and test it yourself. The only good thing about Alpha and Delta, they have a fixed settle, which means once you've paid your settle, every penny's yours. Where with Uber, there's no fixed settle, so you just keep paying a lot more settle. Hussey, yeah, I've heard it was very busy this morning with the ice and the snow. Yeah, he's gone. Rumour Chelsea manager will be moving into the United job. Okay. Yes, Wayne. Mark done the same one, job and gone. So was it bad for you as well, Mark, this morning? MJ, I'm not a student. I'm fully qualified now, Matty. Officially full-time instructor, baby. Yes. What do you mean you're not full-time? The MJ, you that Mick? Mick, that's MJ. Why'd you change your name, lad? I didn't even know that was you, Mick. Change, I think MJ's Mick. Thanks, Matt. Do you know Mick Socials? I think it's MJ. Why have you changed your name, Mick? From Oscar? Honestly? He's a flipping pain, speaking to him this morning on WhatsApp. And then MJ commented, because obviously he's got the little icon next to his name, which he's a member. So that means he's a YouTube member. So he gets perks and comes in our WhatsApp group, you see. So that's how I knew it was one of my members. So I just didn't know it was Mick. Mick, you flipping clown. Yeah, mainly other drivers causing the hassle. Mate, 100%, I was on the motorway and people were overtaking me. And I was just going like, what are you doing? It's so dangerous. Do you know what I mean? Kamal, how is the new taxi reform going to work and when it's going to start, i.e. car standards? I'm not too sure, Kamal, but I think with the standards, I think um, they're not going to stop cross-border hiring where they're going to kick out Wolverhampton and stuff out of Liverpool. I think they're just going to raise all the standards. But it's got to go through Parliament and all that's going to take forever. Ben, yeah, Ben's in the chat as well. Ben, I can see Mick from his photo. I can't see the photos, mate. It's just on the chat. It just says MJB4289. Mick, how long did it take for the part 3 test? Did you pass first time? Was Ross ain't my real name? Yeah, I know that. I just didn't know you changed it. Everything took me 18 months. By the way, guys, if you don't know, if you remember the podcast with Mick and Mark, MJ in the chat is Mick, and he is now a fully fledged driving instructor. Get on that. So he took me out I don't know if you've seen the video a few months ago. He took me out to do a dummy test, a dummy driving test. And I'm not going to tell you the result, but it wasn't very good. Was it, mate? It wasn't very good, was it, mate? But yeah, I tried my best. I did. Mark was exactly that on the A1 in Northumberland. Yeah, mate. So this morning I was driving and I'm like, oh, it's a bit dodgy this. Little bit slippy, little bit slippy. And then there's people just bombing it down the motor. And you're just thinking, Like, you see all the bad crashes, didn't you? There was something in Heighton, like a car on its roof or something last night. And it's just people like haven't got a clue. They think that they can drive a lot better than they can. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. MJ, first time part three, part two, two attempts. Mick and, Mick and Mark need to return for a special podcast special. Change if we can organise it. Just to have like a one-off special return. I'd honour that. Do you know what though as well, mate? What I could do, if I'm sticking to the streaming, right? Mick, you might be able to help me, lad, because he knows a little bit about it. We could maybe get Mick and Mark to jump into this. Do you know what I mean? So it's not really the official podcast, but Mick could come in and chill here and like on camera and speak to you and stuff like that. We'll have to figure out how I can somehow get this camera in here, like in the corner or something. But I reckon we could do that. That'd be good, that. Mick, you'll do it. So what I mean? We'll get you in or we'll get Mark in or whatever. Just to come and chum in and chat and we can mix it up with the content, can't we? Jump into the DM Hangout, baby. Shahed, Wolverhampton Council licenses a huge number of private hire licenses. With numbers, mate, you've copied and pasted this, haven't you? You can already tell. Numbers growing significantly, reaching over 34,000 vehicles by late 2024 and nearly 50,000 drivers by December 2024, making it the UK's largest licensing authority for PHV. Though most licensed drivers live outside the city, this growth is partly due to an efficient, cheaper licensing process compared to others, attracting drivers from England. Thanks for the share, mate. Appreciated. MJ, well better than expected. Nice. Stream Hub. Look at a weird gif. Change. Thanks, Mick. How you finding it compared to Uber? MJ, I'll do it. Do some contact. Do someone contact Mark? Mate, Mark's in the thingy. I'll see if I'll get Mark in the chat. I'll WhatsApp Mark now. There you go. WhatsApp Mark. Yeah, I reckon doing a job like Mick's loving what I've spoken about Mick. Mick's loving a driving instructor compared to private hire. The problem you've got, mate, I reckon is it's just passionate. It sounds so hard, like ridiculously hard. Just locked on Uber. Let's see what comes in. Yeah, it should be busy because of the ice, but be very careful. Be very careful, though, mate, with the ice. Gareth, morning, mate. Tooney, please can you say Saxo fish? I don't know what I was meant to say it, but I said it. So after the likes and follows, guys, appreciated. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Been a good little stream this morning, hasn't it? By the way, YouTube and Twitch and Kick on the big screens. Can you see the chat box? Can you read it? Mark was tempted to come back to instruct a couple of weeks back. Yeah, Mark was an ex-driving instructor, weren't he? And he swapped driving instructing for, well, taxis and Uber. Yes, you can see the box and no tuning. I'm not now. I'm not your paid puppet. Yes, I agree. Being an instructor is not as easy as driving passengers. MJ, I don't know how you do it, lad. Or Mick, I don't know how you do it, mate. I'd really, really struggle to be driving a lane around and like to just like really, yeah. Imagine if like they're really, really bad at driving and you're just sat there, Mick, and they're like terrifying. I couldn't do it, mate. Did any of the students cancel this morning because of the ice? Because that's the thing, innit? With the ice, I was thinking, Ratch, driving instructor, you need to care about passengers. Yes, who's Ratch? Then what's your real name? Ratch Singh Tun. I don't know who Ratch is. I need to start learning your different YouTube handles. Yes, time for the likes and follows, guys. Appreciate it. Time's now 11 o'clock. An hour in, an hour in. We're doing well, aren't we? Do you reckon it's gonna the ice is gonna disappear tonight, or do you reckon it's gonna get frosting and get even worse tonight? Why is when I go live, the airport company's busy? Believe it or not, teaching someone to steer is the hardest part, I think. Steer? Well, steer, look, just steer the car. So you're not too bad because you're auto, aren't you? So it's not too bad. I'd hate to teach someone manual. You know, you clutch and you bite. Oh my God. Oh, is it Kyle? Hello, Kyle. You all right, lad? Why is your name Ratchet Steensington? Yeah, I know who Kyle is. Yeah, Mark was a driving instructor, mate, yeah. To room, normal rates. Are you out now? And it's normal rates. Wow. Do not be working normal rates with this weather, mate. You must be mental. It's possibly getting worse tonight. So it's going to stay below freezing all day. What I've read online. And then tomorrow, it's going to raise about 5 degrees with a bit of 5 degrees with a bit of rain. So hopefully it'll be gone. Yeah. Didn't you know that change? Yeah, Mark from the podcast was a driving instructor. When was it, Mick? 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago? Yeah. See, Mick's is confirmed. Yeah, he was before a taxi driver. He left. Yeah, he went for the taxis. Do you know what though, Mick? After doing it for years, and a driving instructor back then days was probably nowhere near as busy as it is now, is it? No, it's just what's coming through. So you're getting standard fare jobs coming through now. I know it's 11 a.m., but with the ice and the snow, that's nuts, you know. That is nuts. I can't get over that. I would have thought it would have been saging all day. Anyone on TikTok who use out working or what? Tap the likes and follows, appreciated. Yeah, I didn't know that. You didn't know that Mick was Mark was a driving instructor before he got in the cabs. I've just WhatsApped him now to come on the chat. Gonna have to work soon, mate. Skint. I know January, mate, is the worst month, mate. It is really bad, January. I've had so many people message me asking about flipping anything really. Is it worth going back on the locals? Is it locals bad as Uber? Do you know what I mean? But it's just bad everywhere. To be fair, it's just local offers. January, mate, it's just rough. It's been like that for years, though. Years and years. It's the quiet time, innit? Are you striking next Monday or are you going to work? You'll be busy. Hey, you'll be busy next Monday. The missus told me to take the day off and give her less house money. Mark, that's the greatest thing I've ever heard, lad. Hey, drop the housekeeper, I can have a day off. Mate, that's brilliant, that. So was she worried about you crashing, was you? Time to follow, Riz. Actually, I'll put that over my head there. Time to follow, mate. Appreciate it. So, Mark, just to get this right, you were going to go out to work. Your bird seen the weather and went, no, you stay off today, be safe, but give me less housekeep. That is brilliant, mate. James, I had no idea. He's considering going back to instructor job. There's a massive shortage. Money looks decent, £40 per hour, 6 quid for an hour and a half. No change, so he's not considering it, or I don't think he is anyway. He loves the airport still, doesn't he? And he is quite busy with the airports. But yeah, 40, I'm dreading it, mate. My son's 16 in Feb. He'll be starting the lessons soon next year, and that. I'll be dreading that pain. I'm gonna ask Mick for a little cheeky discount. Yeah, look, Mick charges £60 for 1.5 lesson. I'll be like, Mick is a little mate rates on that. The little mate rates on the lessons, lad. Andrew and Eddie, my missus would want me out driving, but would ask me to sign a life policy beforehand. Yeah, Andy, just sign here, please, and get to work. Oh, mate, heavy. Oh, you wrote a car off a while back and you don't want that nightmare again. That's what I mean, Mark, right? I know obviously your permission off your bed and your bed said you're going to lower your keeping that, right? Um, but I'll be honest, mate. I'll be honest, mate. I don't think it's worth a risk. I really don't worth a risk. You go out, even if you've done 100 quid in 2 hours, on your way home, you curb an alloy, you snap a wishbone, or write your car off. All that money's gone. And then you might be off for days or weeks. It's stupid. Really bad. Mark messaged me a few weeks back asking how it was, and he was considering coming back. Wow. Think he was just feeling under the weather that day, though, was he? Oh, no way. Karoom, £7 for 3.9 miles. See what I mean, guys? £7 for 3.9 miles in this ice and snow. That's crazy. Change. I don't know how to invite him to it, lad. With the software and stuff, we'll have to do some tests before Friday's stream. Do you know what I mean? But the problem is, my streams tend till midday, and I'm pretty sure Mick works during the day with his thingies, so we'd struggle, I think. But he's definitely more than welcome to come on. You know what I mean? See what I mean? Not today, bud. Going on a lesson at 11:30. Yeah. But like I said, if you got a space of lessons, Mick, you have to jump on. But we'll have to try and set it up. Do you know what I mean? Was that what it was, Mark? Yeah. I don't see the point. Especially like he's saying 7 quid for 3.9 miles. Why would you go out and risk it? No way. I've just caught this one on TikTok. Just took a driver 4 hours and 20 minutes from Derby to Manchester Airport and no extra pay. So was that on Uber? Was that on Uber? Wow. 4 hours and 20 minutes from Derby to Manchester. I'm trying to think here. Derby's not even that bad, is it? How far's Derby from Manchester Airport, guys? Like an hour? An hour and 29 minutes. Derby to Manchester Airport. And he said it took 4 hours and 20. So was that on Uber, mate? And Uber never recalculated. I've heard they're doing that a lot, you know. Usually, why am I not working? This is work. This is my job, lad. Content creator is one of my jobs. Yeah, yeah, Mick, come on, lad. We'll sort it. Even if needs be, mate, we'll do an extra stream of a weekend and we'll get you on. We'll sort it. I want to stick to a schedule because I've heard if you want to stick to streaming and get it popular, is you've got to stick to a schedule. So my schedule's 10 a.m. till midday, Monday and Friday, and I might include Wednesday going forward. But if we do a random one of a weekend, as long as yeah, that's not a problem. Maybe we'll sort that. Message me when you get a chance. How haven't Uber put the rates up in the snow? So when the demand was high, Ace of Spades, this morning, the morning rush, someone just come on, an Uber passenger just come on and said he paid 45 quid for 5 miles. So it surged and went crazy this morning on the rush hour. But now it's 11 a.m. The demand is lower anyway. The snow's irrelevant. There's not going to be no big demand now. So if you work now, you're flipping absolutely mad. If you're going out on Uber at £1 a mile in the ice, seriously need your head feeling, mate. That's imagine smashing your car up for £1 a mile. The demand of 3 and onwards, yeah. If you work the afternoon rush and it's still icy, it'll be busy, it'll surge your head off. Do you know what I mean? Don't be working at £1 a mile in this ice. It's not worth the risk, mate. Losing your car, your livelihood and everything just for a couple of quid. Aye, Stewie, Holton hadn't been gritted either. Hasn't it? No. Mate, Knowsley hasn't been touched, mate. Honestly, Knowsley has not been touched at all. Not a grain of salt has dropped in Knowsley, mate. So who's been hit with snow? Let me know in the comments who's been hit with snow. Liverpool and Manchester's been hit with snow, hasn't it? I spoke to a couple of the lads up in North East. They only got a little bit of snow. The Southerners haven't got any snow, have you? The Lannisters have got no snow, have they? Do you know what I mean? Birmingham. So it's Birmingham snowy. So it must be on the west side, mustn't it? Whitby and Scarborough. Everton. It's still in Everton, still in Liverpool, Andy. So it's proper snowy in Birmingham. Are you not working? Oh, right, listen, guys. This is my job. I don't get paid from it, but it helps with the grand scheme of things. It's promotion. It's showing me face. It's showing me social media. I'm getting likes. I'm getting follows. I've got the adverts on the stream, DM Airport Transfers, me driver Matty.com. So this is just showcasing some of the stuff that I do. So it is work. I'd rather be on the PS5 than doing this. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm not driving a car doing Uber. So no, I'm not working in that sense. North East Coast area pretty bad. Is it, Mark? Yeah. So is that where you're from, Mark? Geordieland. Yeah, tap the likes and follows, guys. Keep tapping that screen and that like button, please. Much appreciated. People get onto people who do £1 a mile, but some people have it as their full-time job. Oh, 100%, mate. £6 since 7 a.m. I don't think you've worked much, have you? They don't have a choice but for £1 a mile, but for others. Ace, I've said this from day dot, mate. No, but the thing is, mate, the snow's only here for a couple of days. So you cannot risk it for a couple of days, I'm on about. Um, but generally, mate, working for Uber is your own personal choice, isn't it? Some people love Uber, love the pound a mile. They're an electric or home charge car or a great hybrid. And they just bounce around earning the money. They're happy. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I say to whatever makes you happy, do it. But I just stop trying to change and fight things. You know what I mean? Like this strike next week. Striking 7 a.m. till midday next Monday the 12th. Nothing's going to happen other than if you're striking, you're going to be losing out on the morning's work. Basildon is slow, mate. I'm going to clue where Basildon is. Is that fella out of Faulty Towers? Basildon. 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 Mate, you are miles away. Was that East London? Just below Chelmsford. Essex. Is it Essex, is it? Only way is Essex. Yeah, I think the Uber game, mate, is really rough at the moment. I think the taxis is really rough at the moment. But it is genuinely, it's rough every year, this time of year. But it just feels more rough, doesn't it? If you get me. What is this what you've just been offered? 2.1 mile, £3.84. I'm gonna go online. I don't even know if I'm accepted online. Faulty Towers was set in Turkey. And I'm on about the actor. Basil? Basil? Oh, review the terms and conditions. Who's accepting the terms and conditions? Go on, and I will. Let's review them. I agree. I confirm. 4.7 mile away, going 2.6 mile, multiple stops, £5.60. Don't agree, I'm cooked. So what, you just don't agree, and then what happens? You just don't work for Uber? I don't work for Uber. I'm just being nosy. The house where he lives is 100k. Do Jack? 3 months off Uber in Liverpool now, mate. It's good to have a look now and then to see how jobs are going. Yeah, mate, I'm the same. Where's my jobs? With the show you my earnings right now. Look, that's my Uber earnings. Hi, Baz. Time to like some follows, guys. Yeah, 0.7 mile away, so it's a close job. 5.2 miles, £7.70 for 5.2 miles in the snow and ice. That is mental, innit? Wow. Wow. Good job. You take the mick, Razzie. Good job. Mate, if you're not taking the mick, lad, someone block him. 5.5 mile for £7 in ice is a good job. Mate, you're smoking something, you lad. How do I get offline now? I hate when you change the thing. Oh yeah. That's Deliveroo money. Honest God, Sam, I reckon Uber Eats will pay similar to Uber taxis. It's a Prius job. No, mate, it's a flipping piggyback job. It's in the ice, mate. In the ice, you're talking danger money, lad. You can't be doing it. Someone just put Razzie, you're part of the problem. You can't do a 5.5 mile trip for £7 in dangerous ice, mate, where you could smash your car up. Do you know what I mean? 11 a.m. on a normal day. Possibly if you wanted to in a cheap running car. Not today. Rumour spotted you this morning on Cumber Lane, all covered in snow. Did you? Were you the one on the other 7 series? Mate, I could not keep straight this morning. I was like a snake in water. It was so bad. Boo, it's not about prices anymore. It's how long it'll take you to finish the job these days. I understand it, mate. I understand how it works. But in the ice, when you're doing 15 mile an hour, it's going to take you a hell of a lot longer, isn't it? Is Knowsley better or Sefton, pal? Liverpool. Just go Liverpool, Bentley. My C-Class got stuck in an estate this morning on a slight incline. Yeah. Rear-wheel drive, mate. Jobs up north are cheap, as cost of living is cheaper. Yeah. Uber Eats is paying better now. Probably, mate. Wait there, you sold the 7 Series, why? You reckon officers will be flooded with drivers coming back? 100%. I know drivers personally. 3, 4 of them have just gone back to working locals. 2 gone to Alpha, 2 gone to Visu. Sick of the bad rates and stuff like that. Liverpool fan, no mate. Everton, but not a big footy fan. What about 200 drivers at Manchester Airport? Mate, I can't believe I have seen 200 drivers at Manchester Airport. 200 drivers at Manchester Airport is mental. Is Uber good in Newcastle? Not too sure, mate. Commuter, I Matty, would cross climate or all season tyres not help? Probably, mate, but I'm not paying out though. I'm not paying out though, mate, for literally 2 days of snow. Do you know what I mean? I'll just nick my wife's car if she's home and stuff like that. So my car is going to be parked up until it goes back. Yes, just put some bricks in your boot. That is a shout, mate, because I was taught about this today, and it's literally because all the weight is on my front axles, in it, because of the engine. So put some weight in the boot and it'll help. That's legit, that. Might throw one of the kids with the dog in the boot and then go and do the school run. I'm tempted to go back to my local office. Where do you, Jack, are you in Scotland, are you? It's hard to remember who's who. But are you in Scotland, are you in Glasgow or something? But yeah, mate, if I'm a full-time driver, mate, I'd be at local with a cap commission. 100% I'd be local with a cap commission. Do you know what I mean? It's only going to get worse, it is, mate. Mark, not good in Newcastle, same as everywhere else, mate. Oh, do you work Uber Newcastle? Mark has just said it's crap, whoever asked before. What do you think of chauffeuring? Mate, chauffeuring. Don't get me started on chauffeuring, mate. Chauffeuring has not been legit for years because everyone gets a V class and does normal airports in it. So the magic of chauffeuring has gone years ago, mate. Andy, or a spare engine in the boot. Oh, mate, it's funny that, isn't it? Someone got an Uber the other day and he went, "Oh, can I throw this in the boot?" And the fellow was like, "Yeah, as long as it's not an engine." And the passenger went, I guess you follow driver Matty then, don't you?" Honestly, this other driver was getting an Uber, and I know him, and he phoned me up to tell me that the driver said as long as it's not an engine. Honestly, that's funny, that, isn't it? Problem with local bases is they favour their own drivers. Yeah, there's pros and cons with everything, mate, innit? Start your own taxi base, we will be with you. No, I've got my own airport company because I think airport transfers is different to Uber. I really believe it's a pre-booked, guaranteed service compared to an on-demand service. I think there's weight behind it. That's why I've got my own airport company, mate. Um, but I'm not like no one competing with Uber for on-demand taxis. No one's competing with Uber, so I wouldn't set up my own app or my own on-demand taxi service. But I am a fully fledged, pre-booked airport transfer service, and it's take over. I don't get loads of jobs. Do you know what I mean? Just a couple here and there. Aye, but it brings in a bit of commission. Makes the drivers a bit busier. Do you know what I mean? There's still work there in the pre-book stuff. Commuter, I'll be looking to go local when the car gets sorted. Uber Eats is just too low to stay. Commuter, if you're, like I said, Uber works great. So if you're like doing the airport runs and you need a bit of work in between your airports, right? Or you work full time and you want to do little bits here and there, Uber's great for it. You know what I mean? The percentage commission, access that easy, easy work, through the app, that easy. I think Uber's great for that. Do you know what I mean? If you are doing full time, 50, 60 hours a week, I can't believe people aren't on a cap commission local firm. I really not. You could what's Alpha's commission now? Or Delta's? 130 quid a week. You could do that 130 quid on Monday if you put the hours in. So then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you have got no settle to pay, no commission to pay. So 6 days out of 7, you are commission free. If you're on Uber and you work, well, even the Sunday, you're working the seventh day, you're still paying commission to the company. And if you look at your commission each week, do us a favour, guys. It's Monday. Let me know in the comments how much commission you paid last week. It tells you in the app, doesn't it? How much commission did you pay last week to Uber? Razza, 334 quid commission. I got a cab from the Jolly Miller to Hunts Cross, £18.50, and the driver only got a tenner. Yeah. So have the likes and follows in the heart, mate. Appreciate it. But seriously though, how much commission did you pay last week at Uber? Shahad, 230. 393. Paul. Oh, that's painful, that lad. Nearly 400 quid in commission, Paul. Damn. DVSA and taxi licensing at Manchester Airport. Be careful, guys. Naveed, 380 quid. Commission. Wow. Matty, how busy is the airport transfers you dish out to work as an operator? Not much, mate. Really, just really. I was busy last summer, but really died down December, January. Maybe one job here and there. I think I've had one booking this week for like March or something like that. Very quiet, mate, this time of year. Time for the likes of fellows, guys. Thing is, Matty, local bases don't have the demand Uber does. This is the downside to local bases for me, speaking to drivers. Most drivers stick to local bases for cash jobs. So, Usman, you're not wrong. Local bases are quieter, but when you are working and when your wheels are moving, yeah, you're getting a lot more money, bang for your money. So if you look at profit, so Uber drivers, they drive a lot more miles, a lot more wear and tear, a lot more running costs, yeah? And they're a hell of a lot busier. Boom, 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 boom. Feels busier, feels like you're earning more money. Uber driver bringing in £1,000 a week, yeah? But his expenses, his mileage and everything's dead high. We got a local company, might bring in 700 quid. He might brought in a hell of a lot less than a Uber driver, but he's had less diesel, he's had less running costs, he's had less depreciation on his vehicle. Yeah, he's paid less commission and he's profited more money. Do you know what I mean? So, like, you got to test it yourself. But you got to look at all the facts and figures. Uber is like bam, 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 bam. Like, you do 120 quid on Uber, you're doing 140 miles driving. Local companies, you're probably doing 50, 60 miles for the same miles. Andrew, massive, massive thing. Tips. You get a lot more local tips on local companies, which probably cover your commission. So you cover free, you commission free. People go Uber because it's easy. 24% commission, 26% commission. If you're on like the likes of Delta and Alpha, do you have to take just every job they offer, or you can still pick and choose for whatever jobs you do? Yeah, John, you can cherry pick, mate, and stuff like that. But realistically, Delta and Alpha only send you jobs within a mile or two. You might just accept every job when you're working local and just get your jobs in, get your money in. I wouldn't cherry pick on the locals because, like Dave said, there's not many jobs coming in. So like Uber, you can cherry pick loads when it's dead busy. Locals, you can't. You got to get those wheels moving, mate. We get it all adding up. How much fee unpaid to get operator's license? It depends on the council, mate. Community, I do a school run and fill in the hours with some Uber before the return school run. Last day I did Uber before Christmas. 9:15 to 3:45. I was less than 50 quid. Hardly worthwhile. Yeah, mate. The thing with the school runs are brilliant, but you lose the busiest time of the day, don't you? Yeah, much better mileage rates from the local bases. Can't disagree with that. Yeah, mate, the local bases is where the money's at, like 1.4 miles for £3.79 offer. Wow. Andrew, the tips unofficially can stay in your back pocket so you can keep it out the tax, make tax digital. That's a good point, mate. That's a good point, mate. Like I said, the tips are where they're at on the locals. Commuter tyres, service and depreciation, repairs, cleaning, and the associated downtime are often overlooked when counting the cost of running. Mate, people go, oh, look, I done well there last week. And they go, oh, what you doing? He went, oh, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, yeah, and then minus me diesel. And I went, what about everything else you minus? He went, yeah, like what? I own the car. And I was like, yeah, but the car's still not free, lad. Do you know what I mean? You still got to pay for the car, the depreciation, put money away for your next car. Do you know what I mean? So tyres, servicing, all spread over the year. People put a new engine in May last year. Technically, that engine cost needs to be spread over a weekly, monthly expense because you paid it out last year. Do you know what I mean? So that should add onto your expenses. That engine that you randomly paid on like a random May. Matty, with locals, you don't know where the customer's going most of the time. Yeah, but that's just what the taxis are like, mate. Hey, back in the day before people got spoiled with Uber, you'd literally go pick this fella up near the Aldi next to the big tree, and then you get them in the car and you go, Go down direct the way you're going. Or, do you know what I mean? Or they'll just name a street out at you. That's the way it used to be. Uber has spoiled drivers, mate. They have. Uber has spoiled drivers. You blindly follow sat navs. You don't know where you're going. By the way, this is me not slagging Uber drivers off. As soon as I started working Uber, I forgot like roads and best ways to go and stuff like that. I've stopped using my own brain. And you forget it all. You forget all your knowledge and stuff like that. If someone goes, how's the best way to go from A to B? I've really got to think about it. Do you know what I mean? Where when I was used to working locals, it was just dead quick off my head. Tesla Model 3 for Uber. If you can home charge, one of the best cars you can get on the Tesla, on the taxis, mate. Tesla Model 3 for Uber. Home charge, overnight charging. You can't beat it, mate, in my opinion. Model 3 is by far the best car for Uber. 2p a mile, happy days. Mark, I only work 5 till 9, 10 a.m. Monday to Friday on Uber. Only do when I'm not working, making a fortune. I get by 600, 700 a week before take. That's brilliant, Mark. That's what I mean, though, mate. You're doing 4 or 5 hours every morning. That's 20 hours. You're working every weekend and stuff like that, or not really? Brother, what is your thoughts on school contract as an operator perspective? If you can get one, mate, they are good. You lose your flexibility, but they are good. They pay well and all that if you get a good school run. Times it. I am starving, mate. My diet started today. My January diet, mate. I had fruit and yogurt for my breakfast. Do you know what I mean? At this time last week, mate, I was club neck and Toblerone, like I was going on a fishing. Now I'm like dreaming of licking a Toblerone in front of you. The strike's next Monday, mate. I got confused last stream. It's next Monday, Monday the 12th, 7 a.m. till midday. Who's striking? That is the question. And by the way, if you're watching this stupid face, make sure you like and follow it. Time to follow Brian on Facebook. Mark, Newcastle got rid of the locality test in 2015 when Uber arrived. Worst thing that happened, I hardly know the pub names now. Yeah, Mark. It's mad, isn't it? Gareth on YouTube, busy at 4 a.m. this morning at Holton. Big Sage was doing at least 45 to 55 an hour. You will, in this ice, mate, morning rush when the demand's low, you'd be super busy, mate. You would. The problem is now going out on Uber now, £1 a mile in this snow. It's not worth it, is it? Am I not working today? I'm working. This is my job as well. School runs are crap in Liverpool. I've heard some good ones. Seen L24 to L8 on a minibus, 28 quid each way. Maybe not. It depends who you get them from, innit, as well. Which company you get them from. Some take more than often than others. Jake don't kick. Thanks, mate. Is Liverpool City Centre to Birkenhead for 30 quid good? Yeah. On Uber. Yeah, because you get the toll back as well. You get 4 quid toll back on that. So it's 34 quid, innit? So that's a good little rate, that, mate. And you won't get no snow in a tunnel. Matty, you have ascended from driver Matty to media Mongol Matty. You have other fish to fry nowadays without having to remember street routes. Sat nav and has ruined us all. I have, mate. I am media Mongol Matty. Or I'm thinking of putting not in front of driver Matty. So I am not driver Matty. To be honest, I still drive. I do the airports now. Very rarely when I can be bothered. But yeah, not driver Matty. But yeah, I do a lot of the media now, the news stuff. Definitely. I'm striking, just have an excuse to stay at home. Mate, I'm striking. I haven't worked Uber since September, but I'm striking next Monday. Let's go. Matty, you've come a long way. I first started watching you when you had 250 subscribers on YouTube. Really, mate? Yeah. Flipping out. You've been here for the long run then? That must have been 7 years ago. 6 years ago, maybe, when I first started YouTube. Do you get money from media posts if not driving or not getting much transfer? Try run an airport transfer company and I get commission off the jobs. I run a news blog which helps promote the content and the airport company, and I obviously do the content, which you get paid for as well. Not much, by the way, but it's enough where I don't have to worry about driving. Matty, are you not going to back to an EV? Yeah, change. I've got one. I've got a Model 3, haven't I? Personally, the 7 Series is just a workhorse. But I don't know. I don't want to get financed up on an EV and it's parked up 90% of the week. Do you know what I mean? Because I use the Model 3 when the wife's at home. So like the 7 Series moved this morning, right? To take my daughter to school. And the last time I moved the 7 Series was like 7 days ago or 6 days ago. Do you know what I mean? So it's just parked up, mate. It's just parked up. What cars I've got now? I've got a BMW 7 Series 3 litre diesel, which is just parked up. And then I've got a Tesla Model 3, which is the wife's. But we're going to change the Model 3 soon to a Model Y. Mongol, not Mongolian. Mong, drive a Mong. I've got a school run with Alpha, a total of 10 miles for 46 quid a day for less than 20 minutes of driving. That's what I mean, mate. So, Gareth, wait, there's a 46 quid per school run or 46 quid all day? Because if you're getting 26 quid, 23 quid per run, that's pretty that's pretty poor. That's pretty poor, mate, in my opinion. Yeah, the Model 3, mate, is the wife's, but it's ours, isn't it? It is it is our car, isn't it? Because yeah, we're gonna change it for a Model Y, I think. I use the Model 3 just as much as her, mate, when she's not working. Commuter, I was watching you before the brown Skoda from Northern Ireland. You were only a wee lad then. You looked about 15 in the photo of your old admin job work pass. Mate, honestly, times have changed, hasn't it? I started content. Yeah, probably one was about 31. 31 I started. Look at me now, old and fat. See, Gareth, see, so £23 per run. I know what you're saying, right? So it's £23 a run, so it's for 10 miles, only 20 minutes. It's not bad, but I'm guessing you miss the bulk of the morning rush hour, don't you? Because you got to head towards the school run, if you get me. Pre-book stuff like school runs and airport runs, you need to be a little bit more. So yeah, it's all right. Don't get me wrong, it's all right. But I know a lot of people a lot better school run. Like myself personally, the 46 quid should be per run, not per day. Because you lose most of the morning rush hour, don't you? Because you could be working and you could get a job to Manchester Airport for 70 quid, couldn't you? Or something like that. But you can't because you got the school run for 23 quid. What's your 7 series mile per gallon wise? Awful. Great on the motorway, bad on around town. What do you think of the new terms conditions? Mate, there's no difference in them. People going, oh, what shall we do? Shall we refuse to accept them? Do you want to work for Uber? Yes or no? No, you don't accept them. Yes, you accept them. And that's it. They're your choices. If you don't like the terms and conditions or you don't accept them, you don't work for Uber. So it's your choice what you want to do, innit? Yeah, Lou, the weather's awful, innit? I did a school run 3 years now, £120 for 3.5 hours driving. Does your day in, doesn't it? If you was doing the taxis now, who would you go with? Full time, I'd go Alpha or Delta or Vizu. Probably myself personally, I'll probably go Alpha or Vizu. Bad crash on the M58, not being gritted. Ridiculous, mate. But yeah, full time, mate. Alpha or Vizu in Liverpool, I'd say. Part-time and you're in like a lecky car or like a hybrid, I'd probably go Uber. It's 5 miles for 23 quid. Yeah, that's good. I do loads of work locally near the pick up, near the drop off. There's no hanging around. Yeah, that's a good point, Gareth, innit? Thanks for the follow, mate. Can't pronounce the name. Sorry, it's a different language. Um, yeah, Gareth, that's a good point. If you're just working, staying local, and then you shoot the school run, drop them off, then staying local. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? That makes sense. But what the thing is with the taxis and with self-employment is whatever makes you happy, innit? Do you know what I mean? If you're happy with that, Gareth, brilliant, mate. Some people love that, some people hate it, and that's the whole benefit. You just got to do what you're happy with. Matty, why don't you start a union? You'd actually speak for us, not like other unions. Because I don't want to, lad. See, like people go. I get the message all the time. Why aren't you supporting the strike? Why aren't you like a union? Why don't you set up your own app? You know what I mean? No one's going to be able to fight a multi-billion-pound corporation. Do you know what I mean? I say to people, mate, if you're not happy with Uber, don't work Uber. If you're happy with Uber, work Uber. Stop trying to fight and change stuff. Do you know what I mean? If I wasn't happy working with Tesco, I wouldn't hit the unions and try and fight and change Tesco and how they do things. I'd just go the Asda or the Aldi. Not a fan of Aldi. Why? I don't like their policies on blah blah blah. Tesco, they got the same policies. No, I don't go to Tesco. Do you get me? Why are you trying to fight the big corporations? You don't fight Amazon, do you? Because they now show your adverts on Amazon Prime. You don't kick off a Netflix and strike Netflix and try and kill Netflix, because they're 15, 16, 20 quid a month. You know, this you happy, just literally deal with it or don't. And you'll live a happier life, mate. Yeah, I'm looking at either Alpha or Visu. Think Visu's more local to me though. If you're around two dogs, mate, one call as well is an option. A1 taxis, they're quite busy around Heighton, but they're quite restricted outside of that. Heighton, Kirby, and Seaforth, I think. But yeah, I'd probably say Visu, and then you drive through to Whiston St Helens. What do I do now? Airports, content, run the airport company. Michael, I get 50 a day for the school run with Alpha. I go home in between the drop off and pick up, then work afternoon pick up. Brilliant, Michael. So you got a guaranteed money there, haven't you? Do you know what I mean? I think that they do work really well, school runs. I know lads that are like 800, 900 quid a week just off their school run. You know, like a big minibus, 7-seater, multiple kids, multiple drop offs. But that's all they do. 600, 700 quid and you got a school run. And that's it. They don't do anything else. They go out morning rush, go out afternoon rush, and that's it. They're done. And they're earning a good little wage. Joey, would you work 12 hours in a factory? Yeah, I've done. I have done in the past, like. Guaranteed income, mate. Guaranteed wage. What did I do? I only done a part time and I worked for Every and I was loading. What's the one before Every? It wasn't Every, it was the one before it. Who Every bought. And I was literally, mate, loading Arctic lorries by hand, throwing parcels behind me off a conveyor belt like that. Do you know what I mean? But I was on like 130 quid a shift or something like that, 140 quid a shift. And I was earning good money, mate. Guaranteed. I knew exactly how much I was earning. So I could plan my bills. I had holiday pay. I had sick pay. I had everything. Do you know what I mean? It's not that bad, people. Hermes. Thank you, Ism. Hermes, I done it. But if it's not, um, self-employment is not an easy game. You wake up in the morning, I can't be bothered. You've lost your money. Do you know what I mean? You got to get out there and grind. And the taxis is a minimum wage self-employment job as well, with a hell of a lot of heavy expenses. Games change, Joey, mate. It's heavy. A school run ties you to a specific date and times. It robs you of the working peak times in the AM rush hour and again in the PM. Working 10 till 2 ain't worth it. Better off a split shifts, pays you more, but no life. So, community, if you're not bothered about losing your morning rushes, I know people who got a school run, and then in the summer, when it starts getting busy with the airports, are devastated because they're on a 40 quid school run and they're missing out on 100 quid man airs, with your minibuses and that. So you'd have the rough with the smooth. But those minibus drivers are now laughing through the winter months doing the school run when you got other minibus drivers working Uber and Uber XL. So the swings and roundabouts in it. If you want to work the taxis, but you're happy with the structure and guaranteed income, then the school run's perfect for you. If you are more inclined for, like you say, the flexibility, the odd day you might want to lie in or whatever, then the school run's not for you. And that's a good thing with the private hire and the self-employment. It is literally flexible and it's your own choice, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I am absolutely starving, guys. First day on this diet is killing me. Oh, I'm just dreaming of like chocolate and cakes. Do you know what I mean? I'd love it. I'd love it. To have likes and follows, guys. Minibus running costs are shockingly high, mate. I don't know what people do it. I know lads, V classes on Uber now, and I'm saying, like, what are you doing? It's a grand to fix an electronic door on a V class. A grand. That's your week or two wages gone. How many times is your door opening and closing on Uber? Mental, mate. But the problem is, you got a nice V class. What are you going to do outside of the summer holidays when there's no work? Or like there's no events on and stuff like that? And that's the problem. You're better off in a cheap little hybrid bouncing around on the local taxis or Uber. That's why I haven't gone into a minibus. Same reason. The minibuses are amazing on the summer holidays. Outside of the summer holidays, you're doing exactly what everyone else is doing, and it's costing you twice as much to do it. A V-class driver's allowed to give drinks like they do. You can't give them ale, but they do anyway. It's illegal. Because you need to have an alcohol license. But you can give like water, bottles of water and stuff like that. But you can't give ale. You need an alcohol license for that one. Right, guys, I think I'm going to call it a day because I am starving and it's died down a bit now. And TikTok has just put me on a live restriction. So it's going to slow right down now. Mind how they promote ale in the pictures online, mate? I don't know. And also, do you know what else they do? They promote having like Sky TV on in the bus and that, or Netflix. You're just going to get caught. Do you know what I mean? Because you can't have anything like that in your car either. Because you need professional licenses to have commercial TV, don't you? But listen, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you like and follow on all the socials. All right? And I'll be back Friday, 10 a.m. Nice one for the stream. Time for all the content. Community, I'll finish with your comment, mate. If you're going to go and do expensive a V class, you really need the multi-seater work lined up before you take the plunge. Cheers, lad. 100%, mate. 100%. Nice one, guys. It's been emotional. Hit that follow button. And then TikTok. I'm trying to end TikTok, but I can't. And bye-bye. Done. Mark, been on call, missed a bit. Catch you next time. Amazing. See you Friday. All come back Friday, 10 a.m. I'll be there. Might be 5 past 10. Sometimes I'm late. I'm still learning. Catch you later, guys. Thanks again. Much appreciated.